Yo, 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 yes indeed. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another WNBA Watchalong. It's your boy Jay.Jordan. And we're here for the final game of the evening. There was 4 games on the WNBA slate today. We did 2 of them on the Watchalong. This will be the final one. We have the Indiana Fever versus the Seattle Storm. This game is taking place on Prime Video. Amazon Prime, if you want to watch it. So that's where you can find it. I believe you may be able to watch it on your local broadcaster, maybe, but primarily it's Amazon Prime. Salute to Pac-Man, what's going on? Tudo, yeah, I after I got off the last watch along, I watched the end of that game. It went to overtime. They got very lucky, but listen, I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes, you know? Rather be lucky than good. All right, so we have the Fever versus the Storm. The 2 teams have played each other twice already. The Storm winning both of the matchups so far. The first one, the Storm played on May 22nd. They beat the Fever 85-83. The second one, the Storm and the Fever played. The Storm won 103-88 on May 30th. All right, so for the starting lineups, we have Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Christy Wallace, Nalissa Smith, and Aaliyah Boston. The bench, Lexi Hull, Katie Lou Samuelson, Victoria Saxton, Damiris Dantas, Erica Wheeler, and Grace Berger. I know not everybody, but most people were upset about Celeste Taylor being waived because they need to make space for Damiris Dantas to return. I'm missing somebody here. I'm actually missing Temi Fagbenle. I had her on the injury thing, but they said there's no injuries to report. So I will add Temi Fagbenle to this list. So Temi Fagbenle is added to this list. The starters for the Seattle Storm, we have Skylar Diggins-Smith, Jewel Lloyd, Jordan Horston, Nneka Ogwumike, and Ezi Magbagor. Their bench, Mercedes Russell, Sammy Whitcomb, Joyner Holmes, Nika Mule, Victoria Vivians, and Kiana Williams. So that are the starters and the roster for both of these teams. The Fever are 7-11. They are currently in 9th place behind the Chicago Sky due to the amount of losses that they have. They have 11 losses. Chicago has 10 as of tonight. In the last game we just did, they just lost to the Vegas Aces. The Seattle Storm, it says Chicago moved down to 9th, Indiana moved up to 10. Due to the percentage points, they're about 0.14 percentage points above the Sky. So the Fever are currently in 8th place with a 7-11 record. The Chicago Sky are in 9th with a 6-10 record. The Storm are 10-6. They currently are in 4th place. With a win, they don't move up or anything because the Minnesota Lynx are 13-4. All right. So I was looking at the stats from the previous games, and I was looking at Caitlin's stats, and she has played pretty well against the Seattle Storm team. Last game, she had a 20-piece against them. And the game before that, I think she had around 20. I think she had 21, actually. So last game against them, she played all 40 minutes. She had 20 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. She did have 7 turnovers in that game, but that was back at the end of May. The game before that, when she played them, one moment as I take a look at it. So when she played them on May 22nd in Seattle, she had 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. And then the second time, 8 days later, that's when she had 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists with the 7 turnovers. Aaliyah Boston had a good game last game against them. or the game before. She had a double-double in one of those games, but of course, Indiana ends up losing both. So let's see if they could turn the tides here. They lost their last game to Chicago. The Storm are on what are they on? They're only on a 1-game winning streak. I think they won their last game against let's see who they played. It might have been they won their last game against Connecticut. Is that right? That's the last time they played, the 23rd. That feels like a long time ago. Yeah, the last time they played was Sunday, June 23rd against Connecticut. Yes, that is right. And they won 72-61. All right, the broadcast has started, people. The broadcast has started here. The Seattle Storm are the home team. Dick Fain and Elise Woodward are on the call. Dick Fain, he gets super excited. You've probably heard his voice if you've watched any of the Storm home games. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm looking at the line of this game, the spread of this game. Excuse me. They have Seattle as a 8.5 point favorite. Seattle as a 8.5 point favorite. I guess they're going off of the last game where Seattle beat up on the Fever, but the Fever are a much different team now. Much different team. Much more cohesive at this point in time. So let's see if that will pan out tonight. They're 6-3, fourth best win percentage in the WNBA since the last meeting with the Storm on May 30th. That is the Fever. So as you remember, Caitlin had 13 assists in her last game. She's looking to keep that streak going with getting multiple assists per game. All right, so we got a nice crowd in here. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new here. We do watch-alongs all season long. The starting lineups are on the screen. They are correct. No changes have been made. All right, so nobody has any injuries to report. As I mentioned before, everybody in Seattle usually stands until the first basket is made by the home team. So we have McGregor versus Boston for the tip-off. Seattle wins it, and we're off, people. We are off on the start of this game. Horston over to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Diggins-Smith comes off the screen from Jewel Lloyd. Over to McGregor. McGregor attacks Nelissa. Smith goes up, gets blocked by Nelissa, and rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin Clark crosses half court. Down to Leah Boston. Leah Boston in the point. Spin move and misses the layup. Rebound to Ezzy. Ezzy over to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Skylar attacks. Gets to the foul line. Looks for... finds Ezzy on the roll. And the Seattle Storm are on the board. Good pass from Diggins-Smith to McGregor. And it's 2-0 Storm. Okay, Christy Wallace looking for Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell left side of the floor. Attacks McGregor. Goes under the basket. Goes up. And scores. Tough shot by Kelsey Mitchell. And the Fever are on the board. 2-2. Quickly up to Horston. Horston hezzy dribble. Goes up on the reverse. Goes halfway down and out. Rebound to Nelissa Smith. Caitlin finds Aaliyah Boston on the roll. Looks like she traveled. Gets her own rebound. Goes back up and scores. Aaliyah Boston on the board. And it's 4-2 Indiana. Sigmund said I can't watch. Nah, man. You'll be fine, man. Jewel Lloyd pulls up and misses. Ezzy McGregor doesn't get the rebound. Caitlin does, though, and she's pushing quickly up the court. Blows right by Nneka Ogwumike and smokes the layup. It looks like she tweaked her knee there. Skylar Diggins-Smith pulls up for three. Halfway down, Nelissa Smith with the rebound. But Nneka Ogwumike steals it and scores. Caitlin Clark blew by everybody. Didn't finish with the left. Tried to finish with her right hand on the left-hand side of the basket and tweaked her knee on the takeoff. Kelsey Mitchell goes left. Attacks, swing pass to Aaliyah Boston. Over to Nelissa Smith, goes up and scores. Nelissa Smith on the board. 6-4. Skylar Diggins-Smith. Handoff to Ezzy Magmagor. Over to Jordan Horston. Horston over to Diggins-Smith. Diggins-Smith finds Neko on the roll. She goes up and misses the layup. Good defense by Boston. Outlet to Caitlin Clark. Clark finds Boston on the run. Boston goes up and scores. What a touch by Caitlin. And Boston with 4 points already. Jewel Lloyd gets to the foul line, shoots the jumper, and scores. Jewel Lloyd scores the basket. She had 21 points last time against the Indiana Fever. Caitlin with the ball, crosses half court, goes behind the back, over to Smith. Smith looking for Boston in the post. Smith, handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell pulls up for a three, misses. Long rebound goes out of bounds to the Storm. Ball in play with the Stormers. Skylar Diggins-Smith comes off the screen, goes to her left, throws up the floater, rebound to Nalissa Smith. Over to Clark. Clark gets the ball tipped from behind and goes out of bounds. Stays with the Fever. Christy Wallace to inbound, gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin with the ball. Caitlin gets the screen from Boston. She drops it off to Boston. Boston corner to Wallace. Wallace pump fakes, drives, hangs, throws it up, misses, and Jewel Lloyd with the rebound. Jewel Lloyd up the court. Oh, bad pass. It gets tipped and saved by Horston. Horston, left side of the floor, drops it off to Ezzy Magmagor. Jump shot, bounces around. Nalissa Smith, another rebound. Up to 4 rebounds already for Nalissa Smith. Caitlin Clark with the ball. ISO'd with Ezzy Magmagor, right side of the floor. She drops it off for Aaliyah Boston. Boston drops it down to Nalissa Smith. Bad pass by Boston. It hits the rim, and the Storm are on the run. Diggins-Smith over to Ezzy Magmagor, and she scores. The pace is quick here. 8-8. It's going back and forth. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Caitlin Clark drops it off to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston picks up her dribble, looking for somebody, gets it back to Caitlin. Caitlin wants another screen. Caitlin rejects the screen, gets into the paint. She falls on the floor, and a turnover by Clark. Trips on the floor, and the Storm are on the run. Jewel Lloyd, double crossover on Wallace, gets blocked by Boston. Foul on Aaliyah Boston on Jewel Lloyd. That's her first of the game. You and me, what's up? Yeah, kind of sloppy, for real. Kind of sloppy. So, Jewel Lloyd going to the line for her first attempts of the game. Jewel Lloyd going to the line. And she bounces in the first. Jewel Lloyd second in the league in drawing fouls per game behind Asia Wilson. And she hits the second. So the Storm have a 10-8 lead. Caitlin Clark brings the ball up the court here. Clark gets the screen from Boston. They drop it off to Boston. Boston drops it down to Nalissa Smith. They making Boston. Oh, I thought she turned it over. They're making Boston be a decision maker, and she's not succeeding right now. Ball over to Magmagor for 3. Oh, Ezzy Magmagor knocks down the 3 from the left-hand side, and it's 13-8 Seattle. So anytime Caitlin comes off of the screen, they're sending the double at her. She's making the right play, dropping it off to Boston right there. But Boston now has to make the correct decision after that, and she hasn't done so yet. Boston gets under the basket, gets blocked by Nneka Ogwumike, and Nneka with the rebound. Out to Skylar. Skylar over to Jewel. In transition for 3. Jewel Lloyd knocks down the 3, and ball inbounds with the Fever. It's 16-8. Caitlin Clark quickly attacks, drops it off for Boston. Boston spin move goes up. Oh, she smokes the layup. Rebound, Nneka. She had a nice look. Just missed it. Skylar Diggins-Smith pushing it quickly up. Goes up for floater and misses. Rebound, Nalissa Smith. She's up to 5. Alyssa Smith fakes the handoff, attacks. Attacks Magbagor, throws up the floater, and scores. It's 16-10. Alyssa Smith said, I'll do it myself, and she gets a basket. Jewel Lloyd with the ball. They send the double. They get it to Nneka Ogwumike. She can shoot threes. Bounces around. Oh, it goes halfway down and out. Rebound to Boston. Caitlin Clark comes up the court, and they call a foul on Diggins Smith. And that's the first timeout of the game here after that foul by Diggins Smith. Officials timeout. Quick, fast-paced game so far. Turnovers leading to buckets, and turnovers and missed shots leading to buckets by the Storm. So far we have Alyssa Smith with 4 points and 5 rebounds. We have Ezzy Magbagor with 7. She's hit a 3. Nneka Ogwumike with 4 rebounds. Diggins Smith with 3 assists. So let's see if they can keep this pace up. It's been back and forth. The Fever are up to 3 turnovers. The Storm have none so far. So we're in a commercial here on Amazon Prime. They're advertising some soap here. So if any of y'all need some soap, I guess Amazon got it. Some strawberry soap. I don't know what's Tree Hut is the brand. This is not an ad, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I've seen this Celine Dion documentary commercial ad for her show, not show, or whatever this is. Movie. That's on Prime too if you want to watch Celine Dion. All right, so 16-10 so far. The home team out in front. RC was good. We are back indeed, my friend. We are back indeed. Your Aces got the win. Now you're looking for your Fever to get a win. For those who missed the other game, that was on that we didn't do. The Mystics were beating up on the Sun. Sun come all the way back to tie it, send it to overtime, and the Sun end up winning in overtime. You and Me says sellout crowd. It looks pretty packed over there. Yeah, it's packed over there. I don't think I've seen an empty seat on the broadcast, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is a sellout. Celine Dion on Prime movie, hard pass. Nah, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. Salute Celine, the legend, but I'm cool. I am cool. All right, so it looks like Caitlin Clark's going to the bench for an early breather. Erica Wheeler subbing into the game as well. Aaliyah Boston going to the bench. So ball and play with the Fevers. Mitchell. Is that Fagbenley? Yes, it is. Temi Fagbenley in the game. Alyssa Smith drives, gets fouled, and she's going to the line for free throws. Alyssa Smith being ultra aggressive here. RC said, Jay, that's a good movie to go to sleep to. You're right. You're right. All right, so just to reiterate the lineups on the floor: Alyssa Smith, Kelsey Mitchell, Christy Wallace, Temi Fagbenley, and Erica Wheeler. For the Storm, Ogwumike, Magbagor, Diggins, Smith, Lloyd, and Horston as Alyssa Smith hits the first free throw. Alyssa Smith bricks the second, rebound to Nneka Ogwumike. Handoff to Skylar Diggins Smith. So it's 16-11, approaching 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter. Sammy Whitcomb walking to the scorer's table to check in. Nneka with the ball, handoff to Jewel. Jewel comes off the curl for 3, buries it. Jewel Lloyd, that's 2 threes for Jewel. 19-11. Oh, and Jordan Horston gets the steal. It's a deflection, and it stays with the Fever. I thought she got the steal. It was just a deflection. So Jewel Lloyd with 10 points already in this first quarter. Ball in play with the Fever. Mitchell over to Smith. Smith handoff to Erica Wheeler. Wheeler drives, gets to the basket, tries to pass it out, deflected. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball 2 seconds. She doesn't see the shot clock, and a shot clock violation. Unaware of the shot clock, and it's a turnover. So ball in play with the Fever. Excuse me, the Storm. The Storm have won 5 straight at home, so it's playing well in their favor so far. Ball with, who's this? This is Sammy Whitcomb, who's checked into the game. Skylar Diggins-Smith to the bench. Jewel Lloyd, step back 3. Oh, Jewel Lloyd, she's feeling it already. Jewel Lloyd with the step back 3, knocks it down, and it's 22-11. Caitlin Clark about to check back in. They double Kelsey Mitchell, and they get a jump ball. Nneka Ogwumike and Kelsey Mitchell get tied up for the jump ball. Sammy Whitcomb over to Jewel Lloyd, and she steps back on Lexi Hull and knocks down the 3. Ball up, and the Storm have it. Jewel Lloyd with the ball. She has 13 points so far. Jewel Lloyd over to Mercedes Russell, who's checked in. They try to go high-low to Nneka, and a foul by Temi. RC says, how many late big shots will Christy Wallace cost us before she gets yanked, period? Yes, we shall see. You may not have a big shot tonight the way that it's panning out right now. Caitlin Clark has checked into the game. Caitlin Clark in the game for Kelsey Mitchell. Ball in play. So Mercedes Russell picks up her dribble, gives it to Jewel. Jewel Lloyd, guarded by Lexi Hull, goes behind the back. Jewel Lloyd drop off to the Mercedes. Corner to Sammy Whitcomb, wide open. She misses everything. Long rebound by Horston. Horston pulls up the jumper, and she misses. Rebound to Erica Wheeler. Wheeler drops it off to Caitlin Clark, and she gets fouled by Sammy Whitcomb. Noelle Quinn. Oh, she has a 59-59 career record as a head coach. Ball in play with the Fever. Erica Wheeler drives, dribbles out, looking for Caitlin. Caitlin, deep 3 from the logo for Caitlin. Oh, Caitlin Clark buries a deep logo 3, and she's on the board. 22-14 Storm. Sammy Whitcomb tries to answer. She says, I could do that too. Knocks it down right in front of Clark. 25-14 Storm. Caitlin Clark drives to the basket, dribbles back out to the 3-point line, looking for a screen, gets it to Boston, handoffs back to Clark. Clark going to her left. Oh, good feed to Boston, feed to Temi. Temi goes up and scores. That was great ball movement by the Fever there. Caitlin finds Aaliyah Boston at the foul line. Aaliyah drops it off to Temi right under the basket for the layup. And a foul called. Jewel Lloyd is holding her face, her eye. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, I see. So Lexi Hill trying to fight over the screen. When she gets bumped, her hand gets bumped right into Jewel Lloyd's eye, and it clips her in the eye there. So teams are going to their benches. Teams are going to their benches. So Jewel back on her bully. The trainers are over at Jewel Lloyd, who's still on the floor. They're checking her eye right now. I think she may be bleeding. They're looking at her eye. She's off to a great start though. Jewel Lloyd off to an amazing start. She gets up, holding her eye. They have the towel over it. Jewel Lloyd with 13 points. Yeah, so Jewel Lloyd, they're wiping her eye. I don't know if she got cut in the corner there. Can't really see what the deal is there. But anyway, she's gonna try and shoot these free throws because if she doesn't, then she can't come back into the game. So Jewel Lloyd at the free throw. She's squinting out of that left eye there. Oh, it is a little oh, she hits the free throw. She does hit the free throw. Yeah, her left eye is a little bloodshot. It's like almost swollen closed, but she knocks down both free throws. So it's 27-16. Ball with the fever, and Jewel Lloyd fouls immediately. She's going to have a seat here. She's probably gonna go to the locker room to get that eye checked out. So Jewel Lloyd hits the free throws, fouls immediately, and goes back to the locker room. Tudo says if Seattle loses, that's gonna be a problem. Loses her? Yeah, definitely. So the Fever are in the bonus. That means Erica Wheeler goes to the line for free throws off of that intentional foul. Erica Wheeler bounces in the first. RC says, Jay, one thing about Tammy, she's always gonna hold up her index finger to acknowledge the teammate who passed her the ball for her to score. Yep. Just gotta shout out the passer as Erica Wheeler hits both free throws. It's 27-18. Hand off to Skylar Diggins-Smith, who's checked back in. She goes up with the left, misses. Lexi Held with the rebound, almost turns it over. We also have Victoria Saxton. Sorry, who's this? Which one is this one? Victoria Vivian's in the game. They both used to play for Indiana, which is crazy. Caitlin Clark splits the double. Floater is good. What a move by Caitlin Clark. Added it to the wrong team, guys. Don't mind me. It's 27-20. Sammy Whitcomb comes off the screen. Oh, buries a three. So it's 30-20 here. 4 seconds to go. Caitlin Clark quickly up the court. Gets tripped up and will go to the line. So let me get the score right now. It's 30-20. 30-20, people. 30-20. 1.6 seconds to go. 1.6 seconds to go in the quarter. Caitlin gets tripped up as she was running to the basket, so she'll go to the line for free throws. She shoots. Oh, she misses the first. Oh, Caitlin got the Grinches on. Senior comment RC. Jewel Lloyd showing mom and time. So Caitlin at the line for her second, and she buries the second. 1 second to go, and that's how the quarter ends. And so at the end of the first quarter, Seattle 30, Indiana 21. The pace was electric. Teams going back and forth. It slowed down a little with the fouls towards the end, but 30-21, excuse me, to end the quarter. Looking at the box score, we have Caitlin Clark with 6 points. Nalissa Smith with 5 points and 5 rebounds. Have Boston with 4 points. Mitchell with 2. And you have Fagbenle and Wheeler with 2 apiece on the bench. For the Storm, you got 15 from Lloyd before she got poked in the eye and had to go to the locker room to get it checked out. 7 from Magbagor, 2 from Agumake, none from Diggins-Smith, none from Horston. But you have 6 from Whitcomb with 2 threes off of the bench. RC said, Jules said, my eye might be scratchy, but I'm going to shoot these free throws and you can holler back. And this man trying to spit some bars here. I'm weak. RC said I said CC would score 26. She's halfway there. A little less than halfway, but I get your drift. 6.25. If she scores 6 every quarter, that puts her at 24. She'll need a little bit more in a quarter here and there, but it's totally possible for her to get it. So it was a good first quarter. Good first quarter. Looking to see some more action here in the second. All right, we got our game leader stats populating here on the screen, so you can see who's leading in each category. Shout out to everybody here on this late night East Coast watch along. It's now 10:26 here on the East. So I appreciate all the support and you guys tagging along for this watch along. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe. We do watch alongs all WNBA season long. The next one we'll do is probably tomorrow. We'll probably have one tomorrow with the Connecticut Sun and the Dream. I'll definitely post the stream if I'm going to do it. That game is at 7:30. So we're waiting for us to restart the second quarter. I'm over here chatting away, not even getting my things ready. So let's get that stuff ready. Second quarter soon to start. The Storm won possession on the jump ball, so the Fever will start the second and third quarters with the ball here. So it looks like to start the second quarter, I'll update you with the lineups. It'll be Ezzy Magbegor, Diggins, Smith, Mercedes Russell, Whitcomb, and Vivians. Ball and play with the Fever. You have Clark, Boston, Samuelson, Fagbenle, and Wheeler for the Fever. Clark over to Fagbenle. Over to Katie Lou. Erica Wheeler gets her finger jammed on that pass and the ball is out of here. Shout out Janelle for the super chat. Shout out Janelle for the super chat. Appreciate you. So Temi Fagbenle tips the ball out of bounds. It stays with the Storm. So Diggins Smith inbounds it to Vivians. Vivians over to Magbegor, goes through her legs and out of bounds. Turnover, Storm. A little miscommunication there. RC says Asia and Sabrina and Sue Bird commercial be having me weak. Sue over here talking word. That's the person you don't want to be with when people are around. Caitlin Clark off for 3. Oh, Caitlin off balance 3, knocks it down. What a shot by Caitlin. And it's 30-24. Mercedes Russell hand off to Vivians. Vivians foul line jumper is good. Vivians answers right back with a 2, and it's 32-24. Caitlin Clark already hit 2 threes. Skylar Diggins-Smith gets a deflection, and Caitlin recovers it in the backcourt. She doesn't have time. Caitlin over to Erica Wheeler, down to Fagbenle, terrible pass, and it's a turnover by the Fever. Sammy Whitcomb leading the break. She goes corner to Vivian, bad pass, and another turnover. So both teams with bad turnovers so far. RC said Christy size that splash was for you. So Vivian's to the bench. Horston into the game. So 6 turnovers for the Fever, 2 for the Storm so far. Caitlin Clark with the ball here. Jordan Horston guarding her full court. Aaliyah Boston sets the screen to free her up. Caitlin Clark for a 3, and she front rims it. She shot a deep one. That was a little heat check there. Storm with the ball. Skylar Diggins-Smith gets the screen from Horston. Goes to Mercedes Russell. She shoots the mid-range jump shot, misses. And ball goes to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston brings the ball across half court. She attacks, gets into the post on Mercedes Russell, dribbles it off her face, but recovers it. Dribbles, posting up, goes over to Nalissa Smith, over to Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler attacks Sammy Whitcomb, goes up, floater off the glass. Mercedes Russell saves it. And it's Storm ball. Got Diggin Smith over to Russell. Sammy Whitcomb coming off the curl over to Russell. Mid-range jump shot, misses, short. And Aaliyah Boston has the ball. She secures it. Aaliyah Boston over to Erica Wheeler. Drops it off to Caitlin. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin behind the back to Nalissa Smith. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin pump fakes. Over to Erica Wheeler for 3 at the top of the key. And she buries it. 32-27. Indiana cutting into the deficit here. 5-point game. Diggin Smith over to Magbagor. Hand off to Horston. Guarded by Katie Lou. Over to Diggin Smith. Diggin Smith calling for the screen from Russell. Russell screens for Diggin Smith over to Russell. Over to Horston. Horston for 3. Misses. Rebound to Boston. Bill Du says Temi looks rusty. Oh, good outlet pass to Katie Lou. And she scores the layup. Timeout Seattle. I don't know if that was Caitlin on the pass. Because I had looked down. But it was Caitlin with the pass. Beautiful outlet pass from Caitlin. Katie Lou. Wide open under the basket. She scores. Yeah, Temi hasn't played in a couple weeks. So it's going to take a couple games to get the rust off. But she'll be fine. She'll be fine. So the Fever on a little bit of a run here. They've on an 8-2 run to start this second quarter. And they got the lead, or the deficit, within 3, I should say. Caitlin Clark up to 9 points and 3 assists. Oh, man, I just hit my mic. My bad, y'all. 9 points and 3 assists. I'll be so active with my hands, I'll just be hitting stuff. Marcia, what a crispy swag pass by Caitlin. Yep, she got the rebound. Looked up. Katie Lou was wide open. Just whipped that ball out there. And Katie Lou finishes off the layup. So Caitlin is 2 for 3 from 3-point range. 9 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. You have Nalissa Smith with 5 points and 5 rebounds. Boston with 4 points and 6 rebounds. Then you have Magbagor with 7 points and a rebound. Diggin Smith with 3 assists, but she has 2 fouls. And Whitcomb with 6. DJ Scribb, salute. What's going on? You know, I gotta be here. I'm here. I am here. It's the 3rd one of the day. Thank you for everyone who's popped in for each one throughout the day. We started off at 1 p.m. Eastern with Dallas versus Minnesota. Dallas got the upset win over the Minnesota Lynx. Then we were here for Aces versus Sky, Asia versus Angel, the first matchup. The rookie versus the vet. Asia gave her 30, but Angel finishes off with her double-double. 9 straight double-double, tied for most all time, or not most all time. Most consecutive double-doubles in the season with Candace Parker. Tudo said, do you have any bets on this game? Yes, I do. I had it might be screwed now if Jewel Lloyd doesn't come back, but we shall see. Indy on an 8-2 run, yep. Jewel Lloyd has to come back for them. She was cooking early. She had like 13 points early. 15 points in the first quarter as the ball is checked in. That would be tragic if she don't come back. Adam Hurley says Wallace for Fever sucks. I was calling for her benching last game. Nneka Ogwumike with the ball. Spin move on Boston. Goes up with the left and banks it in. Tough shot by Nneka Ogwumike. And she scores 34-29. So the lineup on the floor is Samuelson, Clark, Smith, Boston, and Mitchell. Clark over to Boston. Boston picks up her dribble at the foul line. Down to Nalissa Smith. Fall away jumper. Misses. Rebound to Ogwumike. Ogwumike over to Skylar Diggin Smith. Diggin Smith over to Horston. Horston pump fakes. Picks up her dribble. Pulls up for the foul line. Jumper is good. Jordan Horston knocks down the foul line jumper. So 36-29 Seattle. Caitlin Clark with the rock. Caitlin Clark over to Nalissa Smith. She doesn't shoot from three. They looking for Kelsey Mitchell. She goes the opposite way. She'll almost travel. Katie Lou over to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston on the drive goes up and smokes the layup. And then fouls Nneka Ogwumike. Looks like she pulled her by the back by her shoulder there. So Aaliyah Boston getting good looks, not finishing. The defense is really making it tough on her so far. Oh, Jewel Lloyd is back. Jewel Lloyd is back. She's checking into the game. That eye is a little slanted. Like I think she got a cut like right on the eyelid, so it's a little swollen, and looks like it's being weighed down. So Tudo, I need Caitlin for 15 and 6 to complete this parlay. I had Kelsey Plum for 15 and 3 threes in the last game. So I think they call this a transition take foul. So Sammy Whitcomb will be shooting the technical free throw. And then I have Jewel Lloyd for 20 and 4 assists, and Alyssa Smith for 10 points and 6 rebounds on something else. As Sammy Whitcomb knocks down the free throw for the transition take foul, it'll stay Seattle ball. So it's 37-29 here, 37-29. Ball in play with the Storm. Sammy Whitcomb, handoff to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd, 15 in the first quarter. She hands it off to Nneka Ogwumike against Aaliyah Boston. She pump fakes, she traveled, they don't call it. Rebound to Boston. Boston over to Clark. Boston with 7 boards already. Clark over to Mitchell. Mitchell down to Smith in the post. Smith attacks Magbagor, goes up. And Magbagor with the rebound. Magbagor pushing coast to coast, goes up. Ball gets deflected, and it stays with the Storm. Ezzy Magbagor really developed that when she was playing overseas. I watched a couple of her games because Niara Sabli of the Liberty was on her team over there in EuroLeague. So she able to go coast to coast. Whitcomb with the ball. Oh, finds Magbagor. Gets blocked by Smith, but she gets fouled and won Ezzy Magbagor. So Magbagor going to the line for a free throw to complete the 3-point play. Sammy Whitcomb, I don't know how she saw that pass angle. It somehow gets over to Magbagor. Alyssa Smith tries to block it, fouls her, and scores. Sigmund's. I've seen so many comments about this presidential debate. As you guys know, I didn't watch a second because I was here on the stream, but I've seen so many looks of despair or comments of despair about that debate, which I'm not shocked. Christy Wallace with the ball. Christy over to Caitlin. She passes it too late, but Clark finds Boston. Boston over to Christy. Christy for 3. And halfway down, Aaliyah Boston rebound, and she smokes another layup. And rebound to Seattle. Wow. Horston with the ball and terrible pass. She tries to find Magbagor and Aaliyah Boston with the steal. So Caitlin Clark with the ball. Now it's 40-29, under 5 minutes to go. Caitlin comes off the screen, finds Aaliyah Boston. Boston over to Alyssa Smith. Smith handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell drives. Gets to the basket. Left-hand layup is good. Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell up to 4 points. And the lead is back into single digits for the Storm. Bill Deuce, have you seen the woman on Chinese national team 7-1? Yes, I did see that video come across my my Twitter feed. Mitchell bricks the free throw, but she gets her own rebound, resets for the 3 in the corner, and she misses again, and they call a foul on the floor on Magbagor, on Alyssa Smith. Ezzy Magbagor with the foul. 3 fouls on Ezzy, is that correct? Let me refresh this because ESPN is saying 1, but the broadcast is saying 3. Daniel, back again. Salute, my guy. What's going on? RC says, Kelsey, all I do is shoot, no matter what. Yeah, she missed the free throw. Gets the long rebound. dribbles out to the 3-point line in front of her bench and launches another one. Timeout here. Storm are challenging the call here. That's a foul on Ezi Magbagor, and I think they lose the challenge. I think they have lost that challenge. All right, we're in commercial right now. We are in commercial right now. It's been a pretty good game. Pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, Aaliyah Boston. She's going back to the Aaliyah Boston of earlier in the season, missing some layups. But other than that, it's been pretty good. The Fever do need to cut down on turnovers. Excuse me. But if they can do that, then they can really make some noise here in this game. Caitlin Clark's hit some nice bomb threes, like logo bombs. That sounded like a old person trying to talk slang. Bomb. Some nice bomb threes. But she hit some nice threes from deep. Jewel Lloyd had 15 in the first quarter before she got poked in the eye. So we're still in commercial here. Well, I feel like this commercial is very long. These commercials. Oh, man. What's that say? Flea TV, great job of your screen starters, bench scores. Yeah, I try to give you guys the stream a little more information than just my face and the teams that are playing. Appreciate that. DJ Script, shrimp eating contest? Yeah, not tonight. Hopefully, we're not in Indiana. We're in Seattle. I don't know what they eat out there. It's Fly TV. Got you. Christy Wallace inbounds to Kelsey Mitchell. She gets into the paint, crossover, and Sammy Whitcomb tips it away. They lose the ball. Jewel Lloyd with the ball now. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. They find Horston. Horston pulls up for the jumper and misses. Caitlin with the rebound. Caitlin, oh, good pass to Temmie. Temmie with the catch. She was too far under the basket, so she dribbles it out. Nalissa Smith spin move, pulls up for the jump hook, misses. Christy Wallace with the rebound. Bodies on the floor as Mitchell shoots a three. Rebound to Fagbenle. Fagbenle. Hand off to Caitlin. Oh, that would have been a nice pass. Caitlin tried to do a no-look bounce pass behind her. It hits off the feet, and it's a turnover. Oh, it's oysters? I never had oysters in my life. I'm cool on that. Jewel Lloyd with the ball. She comes off the curl. Looking for somebody. Shoots a jump shot. Goes glass and scores off the left-hand side. Tough shot by Jewel. And it goes back to a double-digit lead. 42-31. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. Crossover. Goes to her left-hand side. Left hand. Tries to scoop it under the basket. Air ball. But somehow she gets the rebound. Christy Wallace goes. Spin move on Whitcomb. Goes up and she misses. Gets her own rebound. Christy Mitchell for corner three, and she finally hits. Jeez. Offensive rebound after offensive rebound, and it pays off for the Fever. Mitchell hits the corner three in front of her bench. 42-34. Whitcomb over to Agumake. Agumake handoff to Horston. Horston drives into the paint, gets the screen, goes low to Nneka, scores foul and one. Foul on Nalissa Smith. So it's back to a 10-point game. So Jordan Horston comes off the screen. Nneka rolling to the basket. Horston drops it right in the bucket, and Alyssa Smith tries to rotate over, swipes down, hits her with the body as well, and she finishes the play. So Nneka Ogwumike at the line for free throws. The Storm are 6 for 6 from the line. And she rattles in the free throw. So it's 45-34. 45-34 here. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Over to Aaliyah Boston. Christy Wallace down to Fag Benley. Benley again to Ogwumike. Goes into the paint. Goes up with the left and scores. Temi Fag Benley with the left-hand layup. And it's back to a 9-point game. 45-36. Diggins Smith back in the game here. Over to Ogwumike. Mercedes Russell is also in the game. Jewel Lloyd with the ball. Drops it off to Nneka. Nneka pump fakes. Mid-range jump shot is good. Nneka Ogwumike knocks down the mid-ranger. And it's 47-36. Caitlin with the ball. Caitlin tries to feed it, and then she predicted that pass. They steal it. Outlet to Jewel. Jewel corner three on the run. Jewel Lloyd! Jewel Lloyd with 20 in the first half. Did no hesitation on that outlet pass. It goes all the way to the corner in front of her bench. She just picks it up and shoots it. 50-36 here. Fag Benley attacks Mercedes Russell and gets fouled. So Caitlin Clark was looking for the bounce pass. Mercedes Russell gets a hand on it. The Stormer on the run. Jewel Lloyd chases down that long outlet pass, gathers it in the corner, and knocks it down. Ball in play with the Storm. Caitlin down to Aaliyah Boston. Let's see if she can make a layup this time. Oh no, and Nneka says not in my house. Nneka Ogwumike with the block. And Nneka's going coast to coast. Finds Horston. Horston spins, shoots the banker. That was a bad shot. And Aaliyah Boston with the rebound. Aaliyah Boston with 9 rebounds so far. Caitlin Clark on the drive. Dribbles out. Step back three. Caitlin misses. Rebound to Nneka. Nneka Ogwumike. Over to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd, 20 in the first half. Jewel Lloyd tries to attack. Jewel Lloyd gets bumped, throws it up, and she's going to the line. Or do they say it's on the floor? Christy Wallace with the foul on that one. But they're going to say sideline out of bounds for the Storm. Sideline out of bounds for the Storm. Jewel Lloyd to inbound the ball here. The referees are discussing something. That's why we haven't inbounded yet. Now Jewel Lloyd to inbound. Gets it to Diggins Smith. Diggins Smith over to Jewel. Jewel, another three. Can she hit it? Oh, Jewel Lloyd cannot miss from three. Jewel Lloyd knocks down another three. 23 points. 4 of 5. No, 5 of 6, I think, from three-point range. 5 of 6 from three-point range for Jewel. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Caitlin Clark goes to her left, drops it off. Oh, bad pass from Caitlin. It bounces off a couple people and goes out of bounds. They're saying it stays with the Fever. Um, 12 seconds to go here. My bad, y'all. 12 seconds to go. My clock is a little ahead. 12 seconds to go. Let me quickly reset it. Ball in play. Caitlin for three. Buries it. Caitlin hits the three. Ball quickly up the court. Skylar Diggins over to Jewel. Jewel, another three. Same spot. Short. Nneka saves it. Throws it off of the Fever. And there's 1.2 seconds left on the clock. 1.2 seconds left on the clock. The Storm do have a chance to get another basket here. It's 53-39. So Caitlin subs out. They put in a defensive lineup here. Everybody's like around Jewel Lloyd. They get it to Sammy. Sammy shoots the three, and that's how the half ends. So at the end of the first half, 53-39, Seattle over Indiana. Jewel Lloyd with 23 points in that first half. 5 of 7 from 3. She got poked in the eye. Wow, what a half for Jewel. Her career high is 41. She is on that pace now. But we'll take a look at the box score in the meantime, people, as we wait for halftime to be over. So let me get that set up for us. What a half of basketball for Jewel Lloyd. She struggling from 3 early on this season, but seems to have found the range, and she was knocking them down. No hesitation. Even with the eye looking a little low right now, she's still knocking them down. All right, so let me get this up for us. Hopefully y'all can see that. Hopefully y'all can see that. So at the half is Seattle 53, Indiana 39. 53-39. So Nalissa Smith with 5 points, 5 rebounds. So far she has 2 blocks as well. Aaliyah Boston with 4 points and 9 rebounds. She missed a couple point blank layups. Kelsey Mitchell with 7. Christy Wallace with none, and Caitlin Clark with 12 and 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Katie Lou Samuelson with 2, Fagbenle in her return with 4, Wheeler with 5, Hull with 0. For the Storm, you have Nneka Ogwumike with 9 points, 10 rebounds. You have Magbagor with 10 points. You have Diggins Smith with no points and 6 assists. You have Lloyd with 23 in the first half on 5 of 7 shooting from 3. Horston with 2. Joyner Holmes with none. Mercedes Russell with none. Whitcomb with 7 off the bench. Vivian's with 2. And that's why the score is what it is. Let's take a look at the team stats. So field goal wise, Storm are shooting 47.5%. The Fever are shooting 40%. 3-point range, the Fever are shooting 45.5%. The Storm are shooting 57%. They've hit all 7 of their threes. The Fever have hit 4 of their 7. Free throws, the Storm have hit all of theirs. The Fever are shooting 57% from the foul line. Rebound, the Fever are winning the rebounding battle 24-17. They're losing the assist battle 16-10. The Storm have 9 steals to 1 for the Fever, 3 blocks to 2 for the Fever. The Fever have 10 turnovers compared to 3 for the Storm. The Fever have given up 15 points off of their 10 turnovers. 5 points conceded off of the Storm's 3 turnovers. Fast break points, the Storm are leading 10-4. Points in the paint, the Fever are leading 20-16. Foul battles about even, and the Storm had the largest lead with 17. So those are the team stats and the box scores for this game. Eddie, what's going on, my friend? Hope all is well. You're watching on Prime or one of your input. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in. Yes, this game is on Prime for those who do want to watch on Prime, but I'm glad you guys stop in to hear some of my thoughts and commentary on this. All right. So, you and me says Fever still have a chance. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, the game is still within reach. It's not insurmountable. If they made a couple more of those layups, it would look a little different. But missing layups turning into baskets on the other end. Jewel Lloyd having a career first half, 23 in the first. One below this season's amount of points for a first half. I think Brianna Stewart had 24.5 this season. So the game is still in reach. It's not out of reach by any means. But the Fever do need to fix up on their turnovers. Because as we know, turnovers usually lead to easy baskets on the other end for the opposite team. Because 9 turnovers in the first half is not a good sign. The Fever are 3-7 away from 3-7 away from home. The Storm are 5-1 at home. So you have a good home team facing off against a not so good road team. Alrighty. Let me think. What are we thinking about for a poll question? Do we think Jewel Lloyd will go for 40? She has 24 so far. Does she get 40 tonight? Let's see. Let me create that poll while we have the time here. Does Jewel Lloyd go for 40 points tonight? Does Jewel Lloyd go for 40 points tonight? She does have 24 at the half. You and me says that was a hell of a shot at half court from Caitlin. Yeah, that was a deep shot on net on that. All net. She does have the range. It's just hard because teams know that's the shot that she's capable of hitting, and they will be on top of it no matter what. So let's confirm that. Oh, I forgot to end this poll here. Whoops. Complete that. All right, let's start this poll up. I thought I ended this poll. Let's refresh this. I forgot to end the poll from the last stream, so do not mind. The announcers on Prime are very pro Seattle. Yeah, that's the thing, Eddie. It's not specific announcers from Amazon. These are basically the Seattle announcers, just being broadcasted on Prime. So it's the Seattle home broadcast being on Prime. So it's not like the NBA where you have a broadcaster from TNT or ESPN. This is basically the home broadcasters being shown on Prime. So you're gonna run into that type of situation. The only time you'll get neutral broadcasters is probably ESPN and CBS. ESPN/ABC and CBS. Everything else is basically the home broadcast. All right, there we go. Now the poll has started. Yes, local broadcasters are loyal. they gotta support the team that pays their bills, and yeah, I can't blame them. I cannot blame them. So the poll is up. The poll is up. Does Jewel Lloyd go for 40 tonight? If you want yes, it's exclamation mark vote space yes. For no, exclamation mark vote space no. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put my thing in the comment. I'm gonna go exclamation mark vote no. So we have one yes and one no, and the no's for me. Jewel Lloyd with 23 at the half. 23 at the half. Her career high is 41. 41 is her career high. So let your vote be heard. As we wait for the third quarter. Let me just get my things ready for the third quarter in the meantime. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Votes will end once the third quarter starts. Shout out to the crowd we have here on the watch along. Appreciate all of you guys joining to support your team. Make sure you leave a like or subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't already. Steve C says, "Hope not." Hope not. Yeah, 23 and a half is tough. Let's see if she can sustain it. The only thing that will probably prevent her from getting it is if this game gets out of hand. If this game gets out of hand, then they'll sit her. But as long as this game is hanging in the balance, she will be on the floor. All right, we're still on commercial here, guys. I'll let you know as soon as we come back. So I need Jewel Lloyd to give me some assists. I need her to start passing the ball, stop shooting. But she got hot, so I can't blame her. And I need Nalissa Smith to start hooping again. She scored early in the game and then fell off. I need 10 points and 6 assists from Nalissa Smith. So we got 5 votes in. We have 2 people saying yes, 3 people saying no for Jewel Lloyd 40-piece tonight. Oh, I thought they were coming back to the broadcast. The announcer for Dallas and the guy from Seattle sound similar. Tomorrow, guys, I will probably be on Connecticut Sun versus Atlanta Dream. I believe the game is. Yeah, Atlanta Dream at Connecticut Sun. That game is on Ion. Jeffrey says Jewel loves playing the Fever. Yes, she does. Jewel loves playing against the Fever. The whole Notre Dame, Indiana sort of thing, I guess, is why she likes playing against them. Jewel Lloyd did go to Notre Dame. So did Skylar Diggins-Smith as well. So Jewel Lloyd this season against the Fever, she had 22 on May 30th, and then she had 32 on May 22nd. So take from that what you will. She likes playing the Fever. At least this season. I might even go back to last season and see. She had 32 last season against the Fever as well. 26 against the Fever. Man, she really likes beating up on the Fever. I think her lowest point total was 19 at the beginning of last season. So she's had at least 2 30-point games in the last 2 years against the Fever, multiple 20-point games, and one sub 20, so she had a 19-point game. Eddie says Indiana can't seem to stop Lloyd. Yeah, she's a tough guard. Jeffrey says AB cannot clear the floor, never going to score against opponents who can jump. Yeah, she can't jump over a phone book. That's not her forte. Ezzy Magbegor, a very good rim protector. Nneka Ogwumike can still get off the floor to block shots as well. So it's going to be tough for her. She's going to have to... her best bet is sealing them under the basket and going up for layups. Which she's really good at, but if you're playing somebody who's just as physical as you, it can get hard for her. But she does have a chance to redeem herself in the second half. She missed a couple easy shots that she should have made. Had a couple poor passing decisions after they double teamed Clark. Clark found her right at the foul line. It's either you shoot that mid range at the foul line, or you find the next person. She was opting to try and find the next person, which led to turnovers. So she's 2 for 10 right now. At least 3 of those shots were layups she should have made. But listen, the past is the past. You just got to focus on the future now. Amazon getting all their show ads out right now. They really doing it back to back to back to back. So we still have 5 votes here. We still have 5 votes. Everyone is saying no. Well, 3 people say no, 2 people say yes. So this matchup between the Storm and the Fever, this is the 3rd matchup of 4 that they will have this season. The next matchup will be after the Olympics on August 18th on ABC. The 4th and final matchup of the season, unless they meet each other in the playoffs, of course. All right, so it looks like we're back. We are back, people, ready to start the 3rd quarter. I'm going to end this poll, closing the poll and completing it. Got you. So ball in play here. Ball in play here. Caitlin Clark shoots a 3 and airballs it for the first possession. 53-39. So her season high this season, Jewel Lloyd, is the 32 against the Fever. Let's see. So Neko Ogumike with the ball, handoff to Skylar Diggins-Smith. Finds Neko on the roll, and that's money in the bank for the Storm. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. Kelsey Mitchell, they double her, and they might get a steal, but Caitlin saves it. Caitlin, oh, what a find to Nalissa. Can she finish? And she does. What a find by Caitlin. And Nalissa Smith finishes the layup. Jeffrey says they want CC to pass but can shoot, and they want AB to shoot, but she can't score unless it's body on body. Skylar Diggins-Smith shoots the air ball and goes out of bounds. Fever need to flip the inside-out game based on what the defense is doing. Let's see what adjustments they do make in the second half. So Christy Wallace brings the ball up the court. They're trying to get Caitlin off of the ball so she can come off and, I guess, shoot threes. Or makes what happens? Aaliyah Boston with an offensive foul on the clear out of Neko Ogumike. So it's 55-41 here. 55-41. Ball and play with Skylar Diggins-Smith. Ogumike handling the ball. Handoff to Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins attacks. Goes corner to Jewel Lloyd for the corner 3, and she misses. Rebound to Nalissa. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin, bad pass. Outlet gets picked off by Horston. Oh, no look to Nneka and a score. Timeout, Christy Sides. Wow. Jordan Horston, she almost faked me out. She got the ball, dribbled into the paint, was looking at us on the camera, and dropped the ball right beside her off to Neko Ogumike, who puts in the layup. Timeout, Christy Sides. Timeout, Fever. So, not an ideal start there. Teams are getting hip to that outlet pass from Caitlin on the run. At least in this game, Jordan Horston keeping her eyes on Caitlin. Caitlin tries to throw a quick outlet pass, and she picks it right off. And Caitlin's been doing a decent job at the turnovers. This game she has 4 so far. Let me see what she had last game. I don't even remember. Oh, she did have 5 last game. I guess I was wrong. So she had 5 last game, 7, 6, 5. So okay, forget it. I was trying to give her some credit. But she's taken 8 shots. She's made 4 of them, so that's a good percentage, 50% from the field. She's made 3 of her 6 threes. She's contributing in all other ways. Just has to limit those turnovers there. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. I've seen this Celine Dion commercial probably 10 times in the last couple hours. It's on Prime if you want to watch Celine Dion. This is not an ad. So the Fever start off this quarter. They got a 2 from Alyssa Smith, but they've given up 4 points so far. So it's only 4-2, nothing big, but you can't be trading baskets at this point. You're down 16. You need to get stops and capitalize on the other end. Jeffrey says too much one-on-one by favorite players when they get down. Not seeing patience. Yeah, you're right. I noticed that the last game as well. They start going away from what was working earlier because um it stopped working maybe 1 or 2 times. They don't get to the next actions there, and then it starts to be like, all right, I'll try and take my player off the dribble. Tudor said, if only Minnesota didn't choke, we could have. Yeah, we definitely could have, bro. They really choked that away. That was crazy. Ball and play. Jeffrey says that is coaching. Caitlin Clark, corner to Alyssa Smith, wide open for 3, and it rolls in and out. Rebounds to Diggins Smith. That was a good play. Good play. Why do they have this big QR code on the screen here? Skylar Diggins Smith gets the screen from NECA, goes over to Jewel. Jewel down to NECA, guarded by Aaliyah Boston. Face up, she goes by Aaliyah Boston, misses the layup. Boston with the rebound. Boston into double-digit rebounds now. Boston with 10 rebounds. Caitlin Clark picks up her dribble over to Boston. They're trying to find Kelsey Mitchell. Boston with the ball, just dribbling along the three-point line over to Kelsey Mitchell. She gets into the paint, and instead of shooting, she tries to pass it to Alyssa Smith, throws it right out of bounds. So stuff like that is coaching. I mean, not coaching, I should say. Stuff like that is not coaching. When you have a wide open layup, don't try and pass it. Just overpassing sometimes. Nneka Ogwumike over to Skylar Diggins Smith on the inbound. Skylar into the paint. They go corner to Horston. Horston for the corner 3. She misses. Rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin brings it across half court. Caitlin crossover, gets the screen. She drops it off to Boston. Boston gets into the paint and gets fouled. So Aaliyah Boston will go to the line for free throws. Jeffrey says, why don't the Fever Bigs collapse in the paint when there are outside shots? Not too sure, my friend. Caitlin used to average 30 points a game in college. Yeah, it's a different world. It was her, and everything was catered to her. She was the organizer of everything. As Aaliyah Boston misses the first free throw. The team was built around her. This time around, she's coming into a team. So over the next couple of years, they're gonna have to make some moves. But when you're coming into a team that's already established, like I don't think her first year at Iowa, I'm not too sure. Somebody can correct me. As Aaliyah Boston hits the second, that she came in and everything was just rainbows and butterflies. They had to. Everyone had to adapt to her, or as Skylar Diggins gets her own rebound after the block by Clark and scores. But it took a year or 2 for them to turn into the Iowa that people know today. Caitlin to Aaliyah Boston. She goes up and airballs. She rushed that. I don't know what happened there. Ezzie Mabagor with the rebound over to Horston. Horston over to NECA. NECA attacks. Oh, Aaliyah Boston with the block and rebound. Christy Wallace pushing it. Christy Wallace gets the screen over to Caitlin. Caitlin down to Alyssa Smith, faces up, backs down on Mabagor, out to Wheeler. Wheeler drives right side of the basket, goes up with the floater and scores. Erica Wheeler scores. And it's 59-44. Tudo says, so Jay, what do you think is New York Liberty problem in the season when it comes to second and third quarters? Honestly, I don't know. I've been trying to dissect why they do that. Skylar Diggins-Smith for three, and she misses. Rebound to Horston. I have to think. I've been trying to think too, though, but I can't put a finger on why it is. Oh, Ezzie Magbagor, they just let her go right to the basket, and she scores. It's 61-44. Aaliyah Boston in the paint. Aaliyah Boston, Nneka tries to flop, but Aaliyah Boston scores. Jeffrey says Established Fever was the worst team in the league last year. Did the Bulls bring in MJ and make him a passing guard? No, not necessarily. I'm just saying there's players that are there that can that scored last year as well. They didn't have enough time to build a whole system around Caitlin. So it's not like, here, Caitlin, you go out there and do what you do in Iowa. It's not going to work that easily. A playbook has to be instituted for Caitlin, if that's the way the Fever want to go, for Caitlin to do the things that she did at Iowa. The personnel has to be the same. So it's not like you just put her in there and say, all right, go win us a game, because it's not going to be that easy. As Jewel Lloyd hits the first free throw. So it's going to take till next year, this offseason, see what moves they make. They get some players like Erica Wheeler, Wallace off the books, see who wants to come play with Caitlin, and they have a whole offseason to work together, and then you go from there. Jewel Lloyd hits the second. Ball in play. 63. Did they update the score? Oh, I think I'm off. It's 63-46. 63-46, 5 minutes to go. Caitlin in the corner with the ball, guarded tightly by Nneka Ogwumike. She dribbles out to the three-point line. Hesitation dribble. Pump fakes. Goes out to Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler drives. Foul line jump shot. Bounces in and good. Erica Wheeler knocks down the jumper. And it's 63-48. Ezzie Magbagor drives, gets fouled by Nalissa Smith on the drive. So Ezzie Magbagor will go to the line for free throws. Tudo says, like, I can understand if they had this problem last year because no chemistry. Like, I don't. It's hard for me to pinpoint what it is with the Liberty with these quarters of these droughts. As Ezzie Magbagor hits the first, I don't know what it is. And second. She hits the second. Ball in play. So Erica Wheeler with the ball. Erica Wheeler finds Nalissa Smith. Down to Leah Boston. Tipped out back to Nalissa Smith. Caitlin Clark over to Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith on the drive. Goes up. Gets blocked by Jewel Lloyd. Wow, Jewel Lloyd with the block. 3-on-3. Goes up to Horston. Horston lays it in and scores. Wow. So Jewel Lloyd with the block and rebound and assist on the other end. So this game is hovering around this point. Erica Wheeler, corner three. Erica Wheeler hooping tonight. I can't even lie to you. Erica Wheeler is hooping. Hits the corner three. 67-51. Eddie says Jay Jordan for a Fever coach. No, I can't. I don't want that pressure, boy. I tell you. That's a different type of pressure there. Feed to Nneka. Nneka goes through and misses. Rebound to Temi. Over to Caitlin. Lexi Hull, Caitlin, Temi, Nalissa Smith, and Wheeler. Caitlin sidestep three and gets fouled on the three-point shot. So Caitlin misses the three, but she gets fouled. Will go to the line for 3 free throws. She encroached. Jordan Horston encroached on the landing spot. Great defense by the Storm there on that Nalissa Smith block, and they get out in transition. Tudo says, how do you think it's going to be the next expansion team for the WNBA? It's going to be interesting. They haven't released the rules yet as Caitlin hits the first free throw. And she hits the second. Yeah, so Golden State is coming into the league next season. They're going to have an expansion draft first. As she hits the third, she hits all 3 free throws at 67-54. The funny thing is the Fever are still in this game. The Fever are still in this game. Ezzy Magbegor with the ball. I'm going to get back to that expansion in a second. Jewell Loyd comes off the screen, pulls a 3! Jewell Loyd knocks down the 3, and she's up to 28, is that? Caitlin Clark drives. Oh, good pass to Temmie. She's under the basket, though. Temmie reverses. Pump fakes, corner to NaLyssa Smith. NaLyssa Smith over to Erica Wheeler. They leave her open for 3. Erica Wheeler is hooping. Erica Wheeler is hooping. She hits the 3. Back to 13. Jewell Loyd with 28 here. They bring the double to Jewell. Sammy over to Nneka. Corner to Horston. Horston in front of the Fever bench. Misses. And Temmie with the rebound. Temmie over to Caitlin. Caitlin. Oh, good pass. Was it a kickball or was it Caitlin a little frustrated? She thought Temmie should have kept going, but the ball is passed out of bounds. Ball in play. Ezzy over to Loyd. Loyd to Sammy. Sammy wide open for 3 on the left side. Misses. Rebound to NaLyssa Smith. Caitlin saves it because it almost went out of bounds. And NaLyssa Smith over to Erica Wheeler. Next break, I'll talk about the expansion. Erica Wheeler. Oh, somehow she loses the ball. Luckily finds Temmie. And Temmie scores. So it's an 11-point game here with 2 minutes to go. Skylar over to Jewell. Turnover. NaLyssa Smith with the steal. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin on the run. Caitlin over to Lexi Hull. For 3, Lexi Hull misses. Rebound, Nneka. So, Nneka with the ball. Nneka attacks Temmie Fagbenle. She loses the ball. Good defense by the Fever. They just got to score here. And Caitlin's on the run again. She got to look for her own shot this time. Caitlin dribbles it out. She's out at the 3-point line, guarded by Jewell Loyd. She's calling for something. Nobody gets the screen from NaLyssa, but she rejects it. Over to NaLyssa. NaLyssa over to Lexi. Lexi goes behind the back. Almost gets her pocket picked. Over to Erica Wheeler. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Erica Wheeler has to chuck it up. And it hits off the backboard. Shot clock violation. Yeah, you got to hit those. You got to hit the open ones. Got to hit the open ones. 13 turnovers for the Fever. 5 for the Storm. We have 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. Mercedes Russell has checked into the game here. So ball in bounds is Diggins, Smith, Loyd, Magbegor, Whitcomb, Russell. Diggins Smith over to Magbegor, top of the key. Magbegor over to Diggins Smith. She attacks left side over to Russell. Russell handoff to Sammy. Sammy for 3, short, and it goes out of bounds. Yeah, there comes to a point where I know it looks like Caitlin's trying to walk the fine line of passing and shooting. I think there comes a point where it's like, all right, if I'm right in front of the basket, I gotta shoot that, and she'll get that with experience and time. Erica Wheeler over to Caitlin. Caitlin attacks Skylar Diggins. She passes it. Temmie saves it though. Everybody looks confused. Lexi Hull. Oh, good pass by Lexi to the rolling Temmie. And she scores the layup. So it's a single-digit game. I said they just got to keep it close here. Turn defense to offense, and they have. It's a 9-point game. Oh, I thought I changed the score. My bad, y'all. 9-point game here. It's 70-61. Jewell Loyd with the ball. Jewell Loyd gets fouled like 30 feet from the basket. I think that's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. So, Storm ball, 10 seconds to go. Jewell Loyd with the ball. Jewell Loyd with 28. Jewell Loyd picks up her dribble over to Skylar Diggins. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Sky attacks. Over to Sammy. Sammy, quick release at the buzzer. Oh, and she misses. And that's how the quarter ends. So at the end of the third, the Fever make a little run here. and they get it down to single digits, 70-61 Storm over the Fever. They outscored the Seattle Storm 22-17 in that quarter. Yeah, Jeffrey. Sometimes, like, when the first action for this team gets blown up, then it's like, oh, what do we do next? I don't know if it's I don't know what happens where they go to the heroics like you mentioned. So they just have to have first and second actions, and if the first one gets blown up, you go immediately into the second one. But once the ball gets deflected and then everybody's in a scramble, it doesn't look clean. But I will say, after the Olympic break, this team will look much more cohesive, I believe. This team will look much more cohesive. None of the players on this team are going to the Olympics for any country. So unless I'm unaware of Temmie, if Temmie's on the Great Britain team or not, I'm not too sure. I don't think they made it. But nobody on this team is going to the Olympics. They'll have enough time to gel and play with each other, practice, have a whole month of practice. Don't have to worry about media. You don't have to worry about any of that. Well, maybe the Fever might have them doing media stuff, but they don't have to worry about national media or anything. They just have to focus, practice. Christy Sides, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't on no coaching staff for the Olympics. So I'm hoping that they look like a much different team after the Olympic break. They have a month off. So if you can't put together something good for the final stretch of the season in a month, then you deserve whatever is coming to you. Jeffrey says they come in with one player needs CC to take charge. She's the QB on the floor. Yeah, that's the thing. You have as the point guard, as the leader, she has to be able to be the coach on the floor. Be like, all right, I see that they're overplaying us here. Let's try and attack it on this other side. I see that Aaliyah Boston is feasting. She has a mismatch. Let's try and run some action to get Aaliyah Boston down there to eat. All right. My teammates are struggling a bit. Let me see if I can get myself going to open up lanes for my teammates. So it's things like that. But she's a rookie. She's trying to play the balance between not being Caitlin Iowa and being the ideal teammate on the court. So it's a balancing game that she is learning on the fly, but with time and practice, she will get it done. She'll get it done. Sue Bird in the building. I think. Oh, that's Megan Rapinoe. Ball in play, guys. Ball in play for the fourth quarter. Let's see what the Fever can do here. What are our thoughts about Sides? Sides, she does have her faults. As Jewel Lloyd goes up and misses, rebound by Temmie. Sides has her faults. I'm not gonna say she's a good coach, but she's an average coach. She was the coach they could get at the time when the Fever were struggling, as Erica Wheeler was fouled. It's just that now that Caitlin is here, a lot more expectations are placed on this team, and it's exaggerating her coaching style. Ball in play. Aaliyah Boston over to Erica Wheeler. Look, waiting for Caitlin coming off the screen. Caitlin over to Boston. Boston dribbles out. Now she has to shoot it at the basket and misses. Temmie almost gets a hand on it. Lexi Hull almost gets a hand on it, but Jewel Lloyd with the rebound. Over to Skylar Diggins. Smith over to Sammy. Over to Mercedes Russell. Mercedes Russell screens for Sammy Whitcomb. Sammy Whitcomb over to Magbagor. Magbagor attacks Boston. Goes up. Jumper is good. Ezzy Magbagor. Adam says, how much does Caitlin have? Let's see right now. Aaliyah Boston can't buy a bucket. She gets the pass from Caitlin. It gets tipped out of bounds, and it goes to the Storm. Caitlin Clark has 15 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. I need 1 assist from Caitlin, and I'll be a happy A happy FanDuel guy tonight. Ball and play with the Storm. One play falls apart, back to heroics. Yep. I'm going to try and describe these plays as best as I can. I was going to do a little segment as a foul is called on Aaliyah Boston. She was trying to body up Nneka Ogwumike. I was going to do a segment on that fourth quarter between the Sky and the Fever, but I didn't have time on Wednesday to do it because I wanted to go through each possession of that final quarter. But we'll see what we can do in the future because I do want to get into looking at like late game execution. Oh, so it wasn't even Aaliyah Boston. It was Nneka Ogwumike trying to body up Aaliyah, and she hurts her own self. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the spin and finish with the right. Beautiful move there. 74-61. Fever cannot trade baskets here. Cannot trade baskets. They got to score. Caitlin over to Temi. Temi, bad pass, gets tipped out of bounds. All right, so Caitlin Clark to inbound here. Gets it to Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler having a decent game. Hit some big shots to keep them within striking distance. Erica Wheeler, they call a double dribble on Erica Wheeler as I was giving her props. She double dribbles and turns the ball over. See, giving people props and they start doing foolishness. Ball and play with the Storm. Fever up to 14 turnovers compared to 5 from the Storm. Diggins-Smith with the ball. Diggins-Smith finds Jewel Lloyd. Reverse pivot. Jewel Lloyd bounce past to Mercedes Russell. And they call a blocking foul on Lexi Hull. So substitutions are made. Erica Wheeler to the bench. Kelsey Mitchell into the game. She's had a quiet night. Diggins-Smith with the ball. Diggins-Smith finds Ogwumike. Ogwumike goes up, pump fakes, goes up, and scores. Nneka Ogwumike scores, and it's back to a 15-point game. Free throws for the Storm. The Storm are 11 for 11. Caitlin Clark, deep three off the back rim out to Kelsey Mitchell. Over to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull down to Nalissa Smith, and a foul on Nneka Ogwumike. So 11 free throws total for the Storm, 12 for the Fever. Fever are 8 for 12. Storm are 11 for 11. Ball and play with the Fever. Oh, Caitlin saves a turnover. Caitlin over to Temi. Temi mid-range jump shot. Air ball. I've never seen her do that before. Meaning shoot a mid-range jump shot. And the ball goes out of bounds on the Storm. So 2 back-to-back plays here by both teams. It goes back to the Fever. 76-61, 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go here. They got to make a move here. They got to get it back to under single digits. Get it back to single digits. Nalissa Smith tries to go cross court. Almost turns it over. Ball was deflected out of bounds. Stays with the Fever. So it's Fever ball to inbound here. The towel people are wiping up sweat on the floor. You and me says kind of sloppy, yeah. Sloppy. They're trying to wipe up this sweat here. Don't want nobody slipping and falling. All right, so it's Fever ball. Caitlin to inbound. Caitlin gets it to Kelsey. Kelsey, mid-range jump shot. She misses. And rebound to Temi. Caitlin, pump fakes. Slows it down. Finds Temi. Temi, pump fakes, goes to the basket. Corner to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull pump fakes. Drives to the basket. Gets blocked by Nneka Ogwumike with 2 hands. And Jewel Lloyd with the ball. Jewel Lloyd over to Jordan Horston out to Mercedes, over to Jewel. Jewel comes off the screen. Oh, splits the double, goes up, throws it up, and gets fouled. Jeanette Baldwin, salute for the subscription. Appreciate you. So, foul on Temi Fagbenle. Foul on Temi. Jewel Lloyd with a good D Wade type split of the double team. D Wade, my favorite player. All right, Pac-Man, salute. Salute, my guy. Thanks for being here. I've seen you all day. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, my friend. As Jewel Lloyd hits the first. And Jewel Lloyd at the line for the second. And she buries the second. So we said, will Jewel Lloyd get 40 tonight? At halftime, we asked that. Jewel Lloyd now up to 20. Is that right? I think she's up to 30. Jewel Lloyd up to 30. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Caitlin Clark just finds Alyssa Smith. They send a double at her, and they tie her up. They send a double at her immediately, and they get the jump ball. Jeffrey says, air ball showing distress, cracks, and fever confidence. How many missed layups and air balls? Yeah, it's been a ton. It's been a ton. But a bunch of rush shots and everything. So 78-61 here, guys. Let me run my clock down. My clock is way ahead. Way behind, sorry. It's 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go here. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Caitlin Clark gets the ball stolen from her by Skylar Diggins-Smith. Jordan Horston with the ball. Jordan Horston, Euro step, and gets fouled by Lexi Hall. So now this fourth quarter is turning into a foul fest. Turnovers turning into transition fouls. So we're at 6:10 on the clock. I'm going to just run the clock down to 6:10. All right, so Jordan Horston at the line for free throws. And Horston makes the first. Jeffrey says, as soon as Fever make a run, the other teams adjust and go on their own runs. Yeah. I mean, basketball is a game of runs. But... Oh, and she misses a second. But that's the thing. You got to just got to keep adjusting. I need one assist from Caitlin. I need one of her teammates to actually hit a basket here. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. Over to Caitlin. Oh, Caitlin almost loses it. She saves it. 8 on the shot clock. Gets the screen from Temi. She throws it to Temi. Temi over to Kelsey. Kelsey for 3. And she buries it. Kelsey Mitchell knocks down the 3. 79-64. It's now or never for the Fever. Skylar Diggins-Smith with the ball. Diggins-Smith crossover. Picks up a dribble. Finds Nneka on the roll. Nneka stops. Pops. Reverses. Goes up with the left. Misses. Rebound to Temi. Over to Caitlin. 15-point game here. Approaching 5 minutes to go. Temi with the ball. Temi reverses sides. Hands off to Lexi Hull. Oh, pass to Caitlin. Caitlin guarded tightly by Horston. Throws it to Temi. Throws it to Lexi. Lexi tries to pass it. It's 5 on the clock. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Lexi. And it's Storm ball. So timeout here. Officials timeout with 5 minutes, 5 seconds to go in this game. 79-64, 15-point game here in Seattle. RC says, Jay, start the funeral procession because it's over. The fat lady starting to sing. That's what she's starting to say. She warming up her vocals. Yeah, man. This fourth quarter is a little tough. Seattle outscoring them 9-3 in the fourth. Indiana's only scored 3 points. That was a 3 by Kelsey Mitchell. Not going to get it done. Not going to get it done. You and me says, thanks, Jay. You made it better than it was. I'm trying to keep hope alive. Keep faith in your team until the very end. James said 20 turnovers, a little bit much for Indiana. I can't say nothing. The Liberty had 21 on Tuesday against the Lynx. So I know all about big turnover games costing you at the end. All right. So as we wait until this official's timeout is done, the Fever are down 15. Nalissa Smith with 7 and 6. We have Fagbenle with 8 and 7. You have Caitlin Clark with 15, 5 and 5. Agumake with 15 and 11. Jewel Lloyd with 30 and 5 rebounds. Skylar Diggins Smith didn't score a lot tonight. She only has 4 points, but does have 8 assists. James said they're not trying to set screens for game. Yeah, they tried, but they're fighting over the screens and they're getting right there. They took her off the ball and had her running off pin down screens. She was running right up to the 3-point line, got the ball, but they were right on top of her. The screen, the players fought right over them screens. All right, are we back? I think we might be coming back now. Yes, we are. So we're coming back to the broadcast. They're showing a little montage of Jewel Lloyd's first half barrage. She does have 30. I don't think she'll get 40, as I said earlier. All right, so let's see. Let's see what the Fever can do here. Can they make it interesting? We shall see. Ball and play with the Storm. Skylar Diggins Smith with the ball. She gets all the way to the basket, gets fouled by Caitlin on the reach-in. So Skylar Diggins Smith going to the line for free throws. So it's Erica Wheeler, Mitchell, Clark, Boston, and Smith. So Diggins Smith at the line, shoots the first, and she buries the first. Joe says Cece's scared to shoot open space, and she passed. Yeah, there were a couple instances where I thought she should have taken the shot. And Skylar Diggins Smith misses the second, rebound to Boston. Erica Wheeler to Mitchell on the quickness, right side of the floor. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler over to Boston. Boston. Handoff to Clark. Clark with the ball. Over to Boston. A little out of her reach, but Boston recovers it. 7 on the shot clock. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler attacks. Wheeler, she travels. Do they call it? No, they don't. Nalissa Smith with the rebound goes up and gets fouled. Dang, Erica Wheeler got away with a travel there, but Nalissa Smith gets the offensive rebound, tries to put it back, and gets fouled. So Nalissa Smith with 7 points at the moment. They just announced it is a sellout for those who are interested in that type of stuff. Sellout tonight as I changed the wrong score. As Nalissa Smith hits the free throw. So Nalissa Smith at the line for the second. And she misses the second, rebound to Mercedes Russell. So it's a 15-point game, under 4.5 to go. It's now or never. Keep hope alive. Mercedes Russell. Oh, Erica Wheeler. Oh, Aaliyah Boston gets the steal. Aaliyah Boston on the run. And who do they say it's out on? Skylar Diggins Smith deflects the ball. Aaliyah Boston was on the run. And Skylar Diggins Smith chases her down and sort of gets the deflection to save an easy 2 points. I don't know what's happening here. The referee, they're trying to inbound the ball. Erica Wheeler to inbound here. Gets it to Caitlin. Caitlin pump fakes. Over to Boston. Handoff back to Caitlin. Caitlin finds Boston. Can Boston put the ball? Oh, Boston spin move and scores. Was that an assist? Did they give her an assist for that? Because I'll be happy if they did. Score by Aaliyah Boston. That might be the bright spot in a pretty bad day. Jewel Lloyd over to Mercedes Russell. It's 80-67, 13-point lead. There's a chance. They need to stop here though. Horston throws it and it gets tipped out of bounds. So it's Storm Ball here. Storm Ball. Skylar Diggins-Smith to inbound, and they call an offensive foul on Mercedes Russell. So Ball goes to the Fever. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go here. They have a chance. They got to score on this possession, though. Got to score on this possession. Mercedes Russell out. Aaliyah Boston inbounds to Caitlin Clark. Sorry, guys. I got a little quiet there for a second. I was trying to see what was happening. So it's Boston, Clark, Wheeler, Mitchell, Smith. Erica Wheeler misses Caitlin Clark coming off the roll. Gets it to Smith. Smith in the paint gets fouled. So Smith going to the line for more free throws. Jeffrey Walker, they pick and roll instead of setting screens. No wonder Cece can get an open shot. When she does, she passes them up because that is how she is coached. Thank you for giving us your educated viewpoint. Of course, of course. No, I see what you're saying, Jeffrey. I see what you're saying. But I think if Caitlin is open, she has to shoot that shot either way. If she's wide open, I don't think she's gonna turn it down. I think it's times where she hesitates because I don't know why she hesitates. Maybe it is because things behind the scenes, but I don't know. Timeout here by the Storm. 13-point game. 3 minutes, 28 seconds left. Fever trying their hardest to make this reasonable. Trying their hardest. James says Cece needs to be more selfish. I think so. The only time she gets selfish really is when she's hit a couple threes and then she'll come down and take a heat check three. And usually that heat check misses because she's shooting it from like super deep. But that's the only time she usually gets selfish. Other than that, she's trying to dish and swish and try to like lead pass and fancy pass. All right, Eddie, have a good one. I'll see you on the next one. Um, 100% CC is trying to fit in instead of finish. Yeah. So there's times where you could see it, where she's like the time like during this game, she was driving right to the basket on a fast break, crosses half court, gets into the paint, and while the great pass is to hit Lexi Hull on that wide open corner three, because of course you would prefer threes over twos. That 2-pointer is right there, and you have to have faith in yourself that you're gonna hit that 15, 10 foot floater. I do need to see her work on that floater though in the off season or in her spare time, because she can get into the paint, but like Sabrina did this year, it took Sabrina a bit to get it. But now Sabrina, when she gets into the paint, she's not trying to always go all the way to the basket. She gets to that area a little bit inside the foul line and shoots a little floater that drops. So once Caitlin can add that consistently to her game, it'll open up more scoring opportunities for her. Yeah, James, that was a nice pass to Samuelson. So who's this? Nalissa Smith at the line for free throws. To make this an 11-point game. So Nalissa Smith at the line. She misses the first. So Nalissa Smith at the line for the second. And she misses both. Come on, Nalissa. Nalissa Smith misses both. and it stays at 80-67. Diggins Smith over to Lloyd. Lloyd looking to attack. Lloyd picks up her dribble over to Nneka. Nneka over to Skylar. Skylar double crossover, gets into the paint. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd crossover. Lloyd off balance jumper, misses. Rebound to Caitlin. Let's see what they can do here. 3 minutes to go. Caitlin with the ball. Comes off, rejects the screen. Finds Boston. Boston over to Wheeler. Wheeler down to Smith, and Smith turns the ball over. Sorry, I was trying to keep hope alive, guys, but dang. Skylar over to Nneka. Nneka with the ball. Hand off to Ezzy Magbagor. Ezzy attacks Smith. Smith. Oh, finds Jewel Lloyd on the rotation. Jewel Lloyd goes up and reverses it home. And it's 82-67. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Caitlin over to Aaliyah Boston. They're running the same play here. It's not really paying dividends. Caitlin trying to get open. Boston with the ball at the foul line. Nobody's open. They find Caitlin finally. 5 on the shot clock. Caitlin finds Boston with 2 seconds. Boston for the jumper, and she buries it. And ball is 82-69. Ball in play with the Storm, and a timeout to the Storm. They're gonna get Jordan Horston out. I think she bumped her knee. So Horston struggling to walk here. She's holding her knee. So Jordan Horston, I don't know if it's a cramp or it's just knee. 82-69 here with 1:57 to go. She has 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. Ooh. It's her knee. I don't know what it is. Her knee. She's limping to the sideline. She's holding her kneecap here. Maybe just a bone bruise sort of thing, where you knock knees with somebody and you feel that aftermath. But guys, yeah, unfortunately for the oh, it's cramps. She's played her heart out tonight. So it's cramps. I thought it was she was holding her knee. She was just holding. All right. So 82-69. Looks like the Fever are gonna move to 7-12 on the season. Storm moving to 11-6. I think this loss moves the Fever back down to 9th place. And the Sky move back up to 8th. Remember, the top 8 seeds make the playoffs. Top 8 seeds do make the playoffs. Ball and play with the Storm. Skylar Diggins Smith finds Ezzy Magbagor. She shoots a jumper and scores over Aaliyah Boston. So it's 84-69. Nalissa Smith with the ball. I don't even know how to describe this night from her. Erica Wheeler just dribbling, finds Kelsey Mitchell. She's had a quiet night. Kelsey Mitchell on the attack, goes up with the left-hand scoop and scores. Jeffrey says, JJ, first time listening. You're doing a great job. Appreciate it, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. And Fly TV says, Fever games. Yeah, it's tough to watch. Skylar Diggins Smith with the ball. Drop pass to Nneka. Nneka almost loses out to Skylar. Skylar for 3, and she knocks down the 3-pointer. Skylar Diggins Smith knocks it down, and it's 87-71. Matthew says CC choke second half. Oh, I wouldn't say choke. The whole team didn't play well. And they turned the ball over. Fever throw it right to Jewel. She goes coast to coast and lays it in. Season high for Jewel Lloyd. Season high for Jewel. Jewel with 34. They intentional foul, and they sub everybody out now. 51 seconds to go in this game. 51 seconds to go. Jewel Lloyd doesn't get the 40 piece as we predicted she wouldn't. Sigma said Fever do not belong in the playoffs. They are not a good team. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. I, I thought they sub people out. Oh, they are waiting. Kelsey Mitchell shoots the free throw and makes it. So Jewel Lloyd subs out now, as well as Skylar Diggins Smith. Let's see who else gets some minutes for this team. Nika Mule getting some minutes. Kiana Williams getting some minutes as well. Joyner Holmes getting minutes. Victoria Vivian's. Vivian's getting some minutes as well. And she hits both. Ball in play. So Kiana Williams running the point here. Over to Joyner Holmes. Over to Sammy Whitcomb for 3. Insult to injury, misses. Nalissa Smith gets the rebound. Nalissa Smith trying to get into the paint. Euro steps, throws up the floater, and misses. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and scores. 89-75. Jordan Holmes over to Kiana Williams. Kiana Williams pulls up for 3, and she misses. A rebound to Aaliyah Boston. Over to Caitlin Clark. 15 seconds to go here. And this game is pretty much over. Wheeler down to Smith. Smith padding her stats here as she scores again. And then Alyssa Smith padding the stats. She probably saved somebody because they needed, her line was at 11.5. As this game comes to an end, the Seattle Storm beat the Indiana Fever 89-77. They cover the spread, I believe. The spread was Storm minus 9.5. They win by 12. They cover the spread. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the box score before I let you guys go. I know this was a pretty depressing showing from the Fever, but they are playing a good team in the Storm. So, got to give them a little bit of grace. Not too much, but just a little bit. All right, so I hope you guys can see that. They get outscored 19-16 in the fourth, the Fever do. The Fever and Alyssa Smith pads her stats at the last moment, 12 points, 9 rebounds. You have Boston with 11 points and 14 rebounds. Mitchell with 14. Christy Wallace with a goose egg. Clark with 15 and 7 assists, 6 rebounds. You have Samuelson with 2. Fagbenley with 8. Wheeler with 15. For the Storm, 15 and 11 from Nneka. 18 from Ezzy Magbegor. 8 and 9 assists from Diggins Smith. Jewel Lloyd with 34, 5 and 2 assists. Horston with 5 points and 5 assists. You have Whitcomb with 7, Vivian's with 2. And that's how the score ends. 89-77. The Storm shoot 40% from 3. The Fever shoot 42%. But the big difference was the turnovers. 20 for the Fever, 8 for the Storm. That pretty much is the game right there. Well, people, we saw 3 games today. If you were with me for all 3, appreciate all the support. We saw a Dallas surprise win. The Aces beat the Sky, and now the Storm beat the Fever. I'll probably be on tomorrow for Atlanta Dream versus Connecticut. So make sure you are subscribed and those noti bells are on so you get notified whenever I post the broadcast. Cowboys, salute to you. Salute to you. All right, guys, I'm going to go get some rest. It's been a long day of some W hoops. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Appreciate you guys all. Make sure you subscribe on the way out if you're not already. Until next time, it's Jay Jordan. Salute.